One of the first things I'm going to do is replace these two old capacitors. I have some modern electrolytics that are going to replace these. Here's the modern electrolytic capacitors that are going to replace these two here. I've replaced the 20 microfarad capacitor with a 22 microfarad capacitor. The one I removed, I have a capacitance meter here, and it measures 7.2 microfarad, so it's way off what it should be. It was a 20 microfarad. The other one is 2 microfarad, and I'm going to be replacing it with a 2.2 microfarad. Once I get that one out, I'll measure it as well. You have to be aware of the polarization on these. If you put electrolytics in backwards, they'll blow up. Anyway, okay, so this is the 2 microfarad I'm replacing with a 2.2. Let's see what this one measures. It's supposed to be 2, and it measures 5.5. So it's also way off. Okay, both of those old capacitors have now been replaced with these new electrolytics. The next thing I'm going to replace on this is the transmit receive relay, TR relay, which is this right here. If you look at this, I'll show you how it operates. There's one side of the coil right there, and the other side of the coil is down in there. So that's what turns it on and off. And it goes through this resistor, which is going to be replaced with another resistor, which is this one. This is the replacement relay. Okay, so if you look at this, the input comes in this BNC connector in the back and goes in and connects to this side of the contact, and this is in the up position right now. If it turns on, it goes down. So it contacts through this bar, through this wire, back to this bar, and then comes back out and goes into the SWR bridge, and then back out to the antenna. So all this is a bypass. When it's in the down position, it comes in, goes into this coax here, and goes down into the amplifier, is amplified, comes back out through this other piece of coax, and goes back out here, and goes back again out through the SWR bridge and out to the antenna. So the first thing I'm going to do is just disconnect everything and put the new one in. So I'm not going to show all that detail here, but I'll show you after I get it hooked back up. The only difference on this relay is how the input and output are connected. Right here they're connected right at these contact points. On this relay, the contact points are here and here on the input, and they bring a wire around and out to this connection here. So I'm going to connect to this terminal here, which is probably a safer method. That way you don't solder directly to this contact bus. I finished desoldering the wires, and I'm lifting the transmit receive relay out. I had to unscrew it from the back side, and I had to move a few components to get at the screw at the back of it. I still have to take this resistor out. One thing I'm going to do on the replacement relay is there's a contact that just bridges across from the input to the output as a bypass. I'm going to go ahead and solder a wire on the new one to match this. Here's the pass-through contact of the wire I installed on here before installation of the relay in the chassis. One other thing I should note is the new relay came with a new rubber grommet, which I think helps isolate the noise that the relay makes from the chassis when you key it up. The amplifier, I installed the new grommet in here before I'm installing the replacement relay. Here's the new relay installed. I replaced the old wire that came from the input around to the relay, and also the output over to the SWR meter here. And then of course there's the new resistor that comes with the relay to replace the old one.